Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If that's something you like to listen to, definitely hit that subscribe button. We put out a host of different financial and credit related videos. So just hit that subscribe button to get the latest notifications. If not, you can always just like, share, or comment right down below. So for today's video, I have another recap. So this is as it relates to business credit. So I've done a couple videos in the past on a variety of different business credit cards, a couple on secured business credit cards. So I just wanted to do a recap as well as just go over some new information that I've come across in terms of the secured business credit card space. So before I get into the recap and the review of some of the available products out there, I just wanted to kind of explain what the benefits of a business secured credit card is. So just how on the personal side you put down a deposit, that deposit's locked, you're issued a credit card in that amount. The same thing works on the business side. Now, I know a lot of people, are more interested in, not having to put up money in order to get credit. On the business side, I think the goal is a little bit different. Of course, you could always PG for business credit cards. However, some people don't necessarily have the luxury of using their, good credit profile in order to establish relationships with unsecured business credit. So there is an alternative to doing that, and that's through secured business credit cards. So another goal of this as well, most of the issuers who do have or offer secured business credit cards, they also offer unsecured business credit cards. So one way to look at it is establishing a relationship that's going to, be the least, barriers to entry in terms of establishing that relationship. Because even with excellent credit, that's no guarantee that a bank is going to give you unsecured business credit. So sometimes, you might just have to go through the motion of building some data points, getting some data under your belt, getting some accounts under your belt as well, or in this case, under your business. So once you start to have some of these, bank issue credit accounts issued under your business's entity, that'll start to open up more opportunities for you down the road. So if you do have a strong cash position and you have a couple $1,000s to play with, then this is one of the most effective ways of eventually getting unsecured business credit, as it relates to cash credit cards and things like that. And another way to look at it too is it really boils down to the data. So the data is going to unlock the funding. So if you have cash, you could basically take that cash and collateralize it, right? Put it into a deposit account where you could actually then build data from it. And then once you start to build that data, that data will then unlock unsecured. So think of it, if you don't have the best credit, you take whatever cash you might have, because in a lot of cases, or at least from my experience, there may be people who have good incomes or businesses that have good cash flow, but you may not have good credit necessarily. So what you can do is, if you have, like I said, you have a couple $1,000s to play with, you take that cash, put it into a deposit account. From that deposit account, use that deposit account as collateral to get a credit account. The reason why you want to do that is because credit accounts build data. So once you start building that data, eventually, you can move on to unsecured products, and you can establish those relationships with banks, because they'll see, okay, you had a secured credit card with us, you've managed it well. Then after a certain length of time, you can go to that bank, since they already have some internal history on you, right? And then go for their unsecured products. So that's just one method. So I wanted to just go down the list of some of the secured business credit cards out there on the market. So I've done a video, Wells Fargo, they have a business secured credit card, minimum of 500, goes up to 5,000. It reports to the business credit bureaus. They also have a secured business line of credit that starts at a minimum of $5,000 all the way up to $100,000. So that's another way, in terms of collateralizing your cash under your business, and then having a line of credit that actually reports. And with the line of credit, it's a little bit more flexible in terms of pulling cash off, and you're usually going to have a much lower interest rate. Then I want to go over BBVA. They have a business secure credit card, although it's geo restricted, so you have to check to see if your state is one of the states that offers it. So not every state. Then there is American Savings Bank. So this bank is actually based out of Hawaii. They offer a secure business credit card that starts at $2,000 and it goes all the way up to $100,000. So one thing about the American Savings Bank Business Secure Credit Card is that, for one, they come with a $39 annual fee, and then you have to put down 110% of whatever the limit you want it to be. So if you want a $2,000 limit, then you have to put down $2,200. So it has to be 110% of whatever the limit is to the deposit. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And they are actually serviced by FNBO, which is First National Bank of Omaha. They service a lot of, they basically do all the back end of, all the credit card servicing and things like that. So another one, Union Bank. I did a video on this probably a couple months ago. They have a secure business credit card that starts at $500 and goes all the way up to $25,000. So that's definitely one to check out. It comes with a $30 annual fee, but it's a great way to build credit. And then TCF Bank also did another video on this. Their secure credit card starts at $2,000 all the way up to $100,000. In the same way as the American Savings Secure Business Credit Card, the TCF Business Credit Card, Secure Business Credit Card, also requires 110% down deposit to limit. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But overall, the way you want to look at it is you're paying for that data, right? And remember, you get your deposit back after you close the account, or let's say you decide to move to a different unsecured business credit card, which would be the goal. And so the last one I wanted to go over, and this is one I discovered just from browsing through the website and just going through the application process as well, and that is the DCU Business Secure Credit Card. Now, they don't advertise it as a secure credit card, but if you go to the application, they do have, so if you go on their site, you go to borrow, and then you scroll over to the commercial, and then the commercial loans, they have two business credit cards, right? So if you click to apply either one of them, when you're going through the application process, it asks you if you want to secure this account with cash. So basically, you could opt for that option, and that's essentially a business secure credit card from DCU. And I believe you could get that one without an annual fee, and all the other perks that come with the card in terms of APR and things like that. So that's definitely an option out there. And again, think of it, with the business credit cards, you just want to establish that history. It's not always about, just jumping straight to unsecured, business credit funding. If you're able to do that, then, all the power to you. But at the same time, that's no guarantee that you're going to get it, just because, you might have, good credit profile. So the secure business credit card, is just a path of least resistance, and it's going to be a method that's available regardless of what your credit profile is. If you have fair credit, good credit, excellent credit, it's still a viable option. So, I definitely encourage some of you guys to explore that route, especially because I know a lot of people are sometimes, want to refrain away from using their personal credit because their personal credit might not be up to par to actually start getting approved for business credit cards, at least the unsecured business credit cards. So this is definitely a route. And just to recap, we got Wells Fargo, which has a business credit card and a business line of credit, secured business line of credit. We got BBVA, geo restricted, American Savings Bank, which although I believe you have to go in branch to open up their card, there's Union Bank, there's TCF Bank, and there's DCU. So that's about six, I believe. Yeah, six different potential secure business credit cards for you to build business credit. And then also, like I mentioned, all of these institutions I named, they also have unsecured business credit cards. So once you built up some relationship, built up some data points, you could just pivot to those unsecured cards, and it'll be a lot easier than if you were to just try to apply without any prior relationship. So that's all I wanted to share for this video. I'm gonna post links in the description of the video so you guys can go check that out as well. If you want to check out some of the older videos I put out on the individual products, then you can go check those out as well. Until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.